Hello, my name is Sarah, and today, I want to share with you a story that changed my life. A story about self-discovery, resilience, and unlocking hidden potential. I hope that by listening to my journey, you will find the inspiration and motivation to embrace your strengths and work towards success. Growing up, I always had a love for storytelling, but I often doubted my abilities. I compared myself to others and felt discouraged when I wasn't as skilled in certain areas. However, a pivotal moment in my life taught me that success isn't about being perfect at everything. It's about recognizing and cultivating my unique strengths. One day, I met a boy named David, whose story closely mirrored my own struggles. David was a passionate soccer player but struggled with math. His frustration was evident when he saw his best friend, Matt, excelling in the subject effortlessly. Watching David, I saw a reflection of my younger self, someone who needed guidance in discovering their true potential. David's father wisely explained to him that everyone has different strengths. Just as Matt excelled in math but struggled with soccer, David was naturally talented at soccer but found math challenging. This was a crucial lesson. We all have different strengths, and that's what makes us unique. The realization hit me hard as I reflected on my own journey. For years, I had been trying to fit into a mold that wasn't meant for me. I spent countless nights frustrated, comparing my weaknesses to others' strengths, which led to self-doubt and a fear of failure. The pressure to conform weighed heavily on me until I finally decided to break free from the cycle. I began to ask myself deeper questions. What were the activities that made me feel alive? What skills did I naturally gravitate towards? What subjects made me lose track of time? These reflections led me to a profound realization. Success wasn't about becoming someone else, but rather embracing who I truly was. I looked at David's situation, and I saw myself in him. I realized that he wasn't struggling because he was incapable. He was struggling because he was measuring his worth against someone else's strengths instead of his own. As I continued on my path of self-discovery, I started focusing on activities where I naturally excelled. I threw myself into creative pursuits, started keeping a journal, and experimented with different styles of storytelling. I read extensively, absorbing techniques from masterful authors and speakers. I analyzed their structures, their use of language, their ability to evoke emotions, and I sought to incorporate these elements into my own work. As my confidence grew, I took on bigger challenges. I began writing longer pieces, pushing the boundaries of my imagination and crafting intricate narratives that delved deep into human emotions. I discovered that storytelling was not just about entertaining but also about connecting with others on a profound level. I attended workshops and conferences, engaging with fellow writers, exchanging ideas, and learning from those who had walked this path before me. Every conversation, every critique, every moment of doubt contributed to my evolution as a storyteller. In addition to writing, I explored the realm of spoken storytelling. I practiced public speaking, experimenting with tone, pacing, and body language to enhance my delivery. I learned how to captivate an audience, to hold their attention from beginning to end, and to make them feel every word I spoke. My journey took me beyond local events. I started attending national and international storytelling workshops, where I had the opportunity to learn from seasoned professionals. I immersed myself in studying different storytelling traditions from around the world, understanding how cultural nuances shape narratives and how emotion is conveyed differently across languages and dialects. I also integrated multimedia elements into my storytelling. I experimented with digital storytelling, blending visuals, music, and interactive elements to create immersive experiences. My performances evolved from simple monologues to dynamic theatrical expressions, incorporating movement and soundscapes to enhance the impact of my words. I explored various technological advancements in storytelling, using virtual and augmented reality to create engaging, multidimensional narratives. My interest in cinematography led me to experiment with film editing and animation, crafting visual stories that transported audiences into different worlds. I participated in storytelling competitions, each one pushing me further out of my comfort zone, testing my ability to engage diverse audiences. These experiences refined my storytelling techniques, helping me merge tradition with innovation to reach a broader and more diverse audience. The feedback I received was invaluable, each critique and comment a stepping stone to refining my craft. With every performance, my confidence grew, and my ability to connect with my audience deepened. The more I practiced, the more I understood the delicate balance between structure and spontaneity, learning when to follow a script and when to let the story flow naturally. These experiences not only enhanced my ability as a storyteller but also transformed the way I communicated in everyday life, making me more expressive, more persuasive, and more attuned to the emotions of others. The more I immersed myself in this world, the more I realized that my potential was not something I had to create from scratch, but something I had to uncover within myself. It had always been there, waiting for me to embrace it fully. I began to see that personal growth was an excavation process, one where I had to dig through layers of self-doubt, societal expectations, and past failures to find the raw, untapped potential within me. My journey of self-discovery was not just about mastering a skill but about understanding who I was at my core and how I could use my strengths to make an impact. It was through storytelling that I found my true voice, and it was through persistence and dedication that I refined it into something powerful and meaningful. I discovered that storytelling was not just about weaving words together but about connection. The power of a good story lay in its ability to resonate with people, to reflect their struggles, dreams, and emotions. I realized that every experience, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, had the potential to be transformed into something impactful. Through the years, I honed my craft by writing daily, analyzing literature, and pushing myself to new creative limits. I studied the nuances of storytelling, understanding how different cultures and traditions shape narratives. I explored the psychology of storytelling, learning how emotions, tension, and resolution impact the human mind and captivate an audience. Beyond written storytelling, I ventured into oral storytelling, understanding how voice modulation, pacing, and body language contribute to the delivery of a compelling narrative. I practiced storytelling in various settings, from intimate gatherings to large audiences, each time refining my ability to engage and move people. I experimented with different genres, from personal memoirs to fantasy, mystery, and historical narratives, each broadening my understanding of storytelling's universal appeal. I also studied the intersection of storytelling with different mediums, how film, photography, music, and even gaming could be used to create immersive stories. I began incorporating multimedia elements into my work, merging words with visuals and sounds to craft deeper, richer narratives. The journey of storytelling was one of endless exploration, each step unveiling new possibilities and layers of creativity. Through this, I not only mastered the technical aspects of storytelling but also understood its profound role in shaping perspectives, inspiring change, and connecting people across cultures and generations. Beyond storytelling, I applied the same principles to my life. I sought out new challenges, allowing myself to fail and learn from those failures. I traveled to different places, met people with diverse experiences, and absorbed lessons from every encounter. From bustling cities to quiet villages, every destination offered a different perspective on life, culture, and human resilience. Conversations with strangers became windows into worlds I had never imagined, and I discovered the richness of perspectives that shaped my understanding of life. I immersed myself in different cultures, learning from artisans, historians, and everyday people who carried their own stories of perseverance and transformation. These experiences taught me the importance of adaptability, empathy, and the ability to connect with others beyond words. I realized that storytelling was not just about crafting compelling narratives but also about listening, truly hearing the voices and experiences of others. The more I explored, the more I understood that my journey was not just about finding my talent but about using it to contribute to something greater than myself. I volunteered for storytelling initiatives, helping marginalized communities share their untold stories. I mentored young creatives, guiding them in developing their own voices and perspectives. Through this process, I found a deeper sense of fulfillment, knowing that my ability to communicate and inspire could make a meaningful difference in the world. My journey of self-discovery became intertwined with a larger mission: to uplift, to empower, and to remind others that their stories, too, have value and the power to inspire change. As I grew, I became more confident in my abilities and started sharing my knowledge with others. I mentored aspiring writers, teaching them the value of persistence and creative exploration. I saw in them the same uncertainties I once had, and I knew that my journey could serve as a guiding light for those still finding their path. This realization deepened my commitment to my craft and to helping others unlock their own hidden potential. The journey wasn't easy. There were moments of doubt, setbacks, and failures. But each time I faltered, I reminded myself of one essential truth: growth isn't about being perfect, it's about persistence. I studied how successful people approached their craft, and one recurring theme stood out: consistency. Whether it was an athlete, an artist, or a writer, the key to mastery was the ability to show up every single day, regardless of how they felt. I delved deeper into the habits of highly successful individuals, reading biographies and watching documentaries that chronicled their journeys. I discovered that resilience was their defining characteristic, the ability to adapt, to push forward in the face of failure, and to continuously refine their skills. Inspired, I adopted a regimented practice schedule, tracking my progress and setting milestones to measure improvement. I sought out mentors, individuals who had walked similar paths and could offer guidance and constructive criticism. I learned that setbacks were not indicators of inadequacy but stepping stones to growth. Each mistake presented a lesson, and every failure was a disguised opportunity to refine my approach. I realized that rather than avoiding discomfort, I had to embrace it, understanding that the discomfort of learning was temporary, but the rewards of mastery were lasting. With this mindset, my confidence grew, and I found a renewed sense of purpose in my work. So, I made a commitment to myself. I set a strict routine, dedicating several hours each day to honing my skills. I read extensively, wrote continuously, and actively sought feedback from mentors and peers. I pushed past my comfort zone, exploring new techniques and styles that I had previously been too intimidated to try. The transformation was gradual, but undeniable. The self-doubt that once held me back was replaced by a quiet, steady confidence. The fear of failure diminished as I saw each setback as a lesson rather than a defeat. I embraced challenges with a new mindset, viewing them as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. As I continued this journey, my skills evolved, my voice became more distinct, and my passion deepened. I realized that mastery was not about reaching a final destination but about committing to the journey itself, growing with every step, and continuously striving for improvement. As I looked back on my journey, I realized how much I had grown. What had started as a struggle had turned into an opportunity for self-discovery. David's father's words echoed in my mind. We all have different strengths, and that's what makes us unique. Those words had not only helped David but had guided me toward finding my true path. I learned that real success comes not from trying to be someone else but from embracing who you are and refining the gifts you have been given. And with that realization, I stepped into my full potential, ready to create, to inspire, and to leave my mark on the world. Once I shifted my focus to my natural abilities, storytelling and communication, I realized that I had a gift worth developing. But recognizing a talent was only the beginning. The real challenge lay in nurturing it, refining my craft, and pushing past the barriers I had placed on myself. To truly understand where my strengths lay, I embarked on a journey of self-discovery. I took time to reflect on activities that brought me joy and fulfillment. I sought feedback from mentors and trusted friends who helped me see the potential within me that I had overlooked. I observed patterns in my abilities, noticing which tasks felt natural and which drained my energy. As I delved deeper, I realized that developing my strengths required a deliberate plan. I began studying various storytelling techniques, reading the works of great authors, and analyzing the ways they captivated their audiences. I immersed myself in creative writing courses, attended workshops, and practiced relentlessly. I explored different genres, from fiction to nonfiction, screenwriting, and poetry, challenging myself to step beyond my comfort zone. Each failed attempt became a stepping stone, shaping my ability to craft compelling narratives. I also dedicated time to understanding the psychological impact of storytelling, how certain structures evoke emotions, how character arcs create deeper connections, and how universal themes resonate across cultures. I learned the power of metaphors, symbolism, and nuanced language in weaving immersive stories. Beyond just reading and writing, I sought inspiration from visual and auditory storytelling mediums. I watched films, analyzed scripts, and studied the rhythm of dialogues. I attended theater performances, observing how actors delivered monologues, bringing words to life with gestures and expressions. I found myself drawn to podcasts and audiobooks, captivated by the power of voice inflection and pacing. To deepen my skills, I began engaging in collaborative storytelling projects. I worked with illustrators to create graphic narratives, experimented with interactive storytelling formats, and even dabbled in game design where narratives unfolded through player choices. Through these diverse experiences, I broadened my storytelling perspective, embracing the fluidity of creative expression. My learning process extended beyond structured education. I immersed myself in discussions with fellow writers, attended storytelling meetups, and exchanged critiques with peers. These interactions provided fresh insights and constructive feedback, allowing me to refine my craft further. Over time, I realized that storytelling was more than just an art. It was a way to connect, to educate, and to inspire change. Through perseverance, I refined my ability to tell stories that resonated with others. I experimented with different genres, from fiction to memoirs, exploring historical narratives, science fiction, and poetry to challenge my creative limits. Each new experience broadened my perspective, allowing me to appreciate the nuances of different storytelling styles. With time, my confidence grew, and I started sharing my work with wider audiences, participating in literary festivals, online storytelling communities, and even co-authoring anthologies with fellow writers. Writing and storytelling were no longer just hobbies. They had become a fundamental part of who I was, shaping my identity and influencing the way I connected with the world. My journey also led me to explore the art of spoken storytelling. I studied public speaking techniques, honed my delivery skills, and learned to engage with listeners on an emotional level. Standing before an audience, I discovered the power of voice, rhythm, and expression in bringing stories to life. The more I practiced, the more natural it became, until storytelling became second nature to me. As I continued to grow, I began mentoring others, guiding them on their own paths of self-discovery. Teaching storytelling became a passion, as I helped others find their unique voices and build confidence in their abilities. Watching my students grow and succeed filled me with a sense of purpose, reinforcing my belief that embracing one's strengths leads to boundless opportunities. This journey taught me that true mastery requires dedication, resilience, and a willingness to learn from both success and failure. I came to understand that every step forward, no matter how small, contributed to a larger transformation. By focusing on my strengths and refining my craft, I not only discovered my true passion but also unlocked my full potential. Through this evolution, I realized that storytelling was more than just an art. It was a bridge that connected me to others, allowing me to share wisdom, inspire change, and leave a lasting impact. My journey was no longer just about self-improvement. It became a mission to empower others to embrace their own stories and unlock their hidden potential. Through these realizations, I learned that understanding and embracing my strengths was the first step toward unlocking my potential. But it wasn't just about talent. It was about effort, dedication, and the courage to believe in myself. I committed to practice, to learning from my mistakes, and to growing beyond what I thought was possible. As I embraced my strengths, I found new confidence, and with each challenge I overcame, I unlocked another level of potential within me. The journey was not without setbacks, but I came to understand that every obstacle was an opportunity for growth, every failure a lesson waiting to be learned. And in the process, I transformed into a version of myself that I had only dreamed of becoming. David's father challenged him to observe Matt and take note of how often he engaged with numbers. This exercise revealed a powerful truth. Matt wasn't simply born good at math, he practiced it constantly. As I pursued storytelling and public speaking, I learned that natural talent can only take you so far. To truly excel, I needed dedicated and deliberate practice. Studies on skill development show that mastery requires structured, intentional practice. I began setting clear goals for my storytelling projects, practicing regularly, seeking constructive feedback, and embracing challenges to push beyond my comfort zone. Developing a structured routine, tracking progress, and staying patient were crucial components of this journey. David's final challenge was to triple his effort in math for a day. However, he quickly became overwhelmed, realizing that passion makes persistence easier. His father wisely explained, "If you want to be smart and become an expert at something, either study what you love or learn to love what you're studying." I realized that my passion for storytelling made the effort feel effortless. The more I engaged in it, the more I enjoyed the process, which made persistence natural rather than forced. I found real-world applications for my skills, surrounded myself with inspiring people, and set meaningful goals to stay motivated. Passion transformed learning from a chore into an exciting journey. Over the years, I applied these lessons to other aspects of my life. Beyond storytelling, I embraced challenges in areas I once thought were beyond my capabilities. I took on leadership roles, mentored others, and expanded my skill set in unexpected ways. I pushed myself to develop expertise in public speaking, strategic thinking, and even entrepreneurship. I sought out new learning experiences, attending seminars, reading extensively, and engaging with professionals who had mastered their crafts. Each challenge became an opportunity to refine my skills and strengthen my confidence. The concept of embracing my strengths, practicing deliberately, and staying passionate became my formula for growth. I realized that setbacks were not barriers but opportunities to develop resilience. Every mistake became a learning experience, every challenge a test of my adaptability and perseverance. I stopped fearing imperfections and instead focused on making consistent progress, understanding that personal growth is an ongoing process rather than a destination. As I broadened my horizons, I discovered that my personal and professional aspirations were deeply intertwined. My ability to tell compelling stories helped me connect with diverse audiences, build strong relationships, and inspire others to pursue their passions. I began working on larger projects, collaborating with individuals from various industries, and incorporating storytelling into business strategies, social initiatives, and educational programs. By consistently applying these principles, I found myself breaking through self-imposed limitations, achieving goals I once thought were impossible, and shaping a future driven by purpose and fulfillment. The more I expanded my skills, the more I realized the transformative power of storytelling, not just as a means of entertainment, but as a tool for leadership, communication, and positive change in society. One of the most rewarding experiences came when I began teaching storytelling workshops. Standing in front of aspiring writers and speakers, I saw reflections of my younger self, people eager to express themselves but held back by doubt. I shared my journey with them, encouraging them to find their own voices. It was in these moments that I truly understood the power of sharing knowledge. When we lift others up, we solidify our own growth. I learned as much from my students as they did from me. Their questions pushed me to dig deeper, their enthusiasm reminded me why I started, and their progress was a testament to the power of persistence. Applying these 3 key lessons transformed my perspective on success. Instead of chasing skills that didn't resonate with me, I embraced my unique talents, committed to consistent practice, and fueled my journey with passion. Recognizing and celebrating my strengths allowed me to channel my energy into what I loved. Committing to consistent practice helped me build confidence and mastery. Letting passion drive my persistence made the journey enjoyable and fulfilling. As I continued my path, I realized that success is not a destination but a continuous evolution. The process of learning, refining, and growing never ends. I explored new challenges, collaborated with others, and expanded my understanding of what I was truly capable of. I started mentoring individuals who were struggling to find their path, sharing insights from my own experiences, and encouraging them to embrace their uniqueness. Today, as I stand before you sharing this story, I am living proof that anyone can unlock their hidden potential with the right mindset and approach. The journey to success isn't about being perfect, it's about embracing growth, learning from failures, and enjoying the process. With every step forward, I became more confident, more resilient, and more driven to push beyond my limitations. And I know that you, too, have that same power within you, waiting to be discovered. Take a moment today to reflect on your strengths, set new goals, and commit to practicing what you love. Remember, the key to success is already within you, you just have to unlock it. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope it inspires you to embark on your journey of self-discovery and success. Now, go out there and make your dreams a reality. If you found this story valuable, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with friends who are also on their journey to self-improvement. By engaging with our content, you'll gain even more insights and expand your English vocabulary in a fun and effective way. Keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next video.